Good morning, dear friends. I am Niju SDS. Today, I would like to share to you about nobody is perfect. Yes, it's indeed true. Whatever that means, we all make mistakes every now and again. No matter how smart we are, how well trained we are, and how experienced we are. When we do, we feel terrible. We think that we are alone in making mistakes. And so, we have the tendency to put ourselves down. Making mistakes is part of our being human. Life is a never-ending lesson, and we are learners all alone to the end. Mistakes are all a part of life. They are things we can call our own. There are some ways I would like to share that we can handle and learn from the mistakes. Number 1, we must recognize our mistakes. Recognition is a sign of maturity. Not to recognize them is to deny them, and denial limits our future. Recognizing our mistakes is one of the best ways to find our bearings in life and reinventing ourselves. Second one, we must admit our mistakes. Admitting our mistakes takes courage. Saying it to another person requires inner strength. As children, we were punished by our parents for the mistakes we committed. So we grow up trying our hardest to stay away from humiliation and disgrace by avoiding, ignoring, or covering up our mistakes. We must grow out of fear of making mistakes. There should not be fear in us after making a mistake. And the next point is, we must desist from making excuses. Excuses are simply a way of trying to avoid feeling bad about ourselves. We do not like feeling upset and useless after doing something wrong. But mistakes are nothing to be ashamed of. Next, we must accept accountability for our mistakes by owning them up. Whether they are because of our fault or not, regardless of the reason, something did not work out, we must accept responsibility. Many people try to blame, but nobody is ever responsible. The mistakes that you do or I do, that is our own responsibility. We must confront our mistakes. If we ignore mistakes or try to conceal them, they almost have a negative impact. But if we confront our mistakes, we take advantage of them and learn from the lesson in positivity they offer. That means we need to accept our mistakes and learn from them for the future. We must assess the consequence of our mistakes and not pretend that the mistake is of consequence. If it affects others adversely, we must acknowledge our guilt, offer them apologies, and make compensation. Last, we must be open to criticism over our mistakes. Criticism offers us information, and information is power. Listening to negative feedback constructively is likely to empower to make changes and correction in our behavior. The next, we must search for patterns in the mistake we tend to make. Patterns can be changed. Once we discover our mistakes, pattern, we can set about changing them. That means the mistake we can make a change, hoping for the future. Mistakes are great openers in our life that contribute a lifelong process, dear friends. We must develop and courage to say that I made a mistake and proudly say that now I am a better person for it by God's grace. And that is a grace that we need to have. So let us learn from the mistakes that we commit on this earth and change our life. Through the mistake, keep a hope that I will change my life. And through this mistake, there is a great success in my life. We should have that optimistic thinking. Then we need to pray and ask God for this grace that we always should gain success in life. Thank you.